dear students. Although it is totally away from my field of specialization, as you all know that I'm from sciences, but I will try to read through something which I hope will be useful for you all. First thing, as a researcher or as a scientist, I know that you have to think beyond what normally people are expected to think. Only then you can grow. If you want to do something good or you have a vision, only then you can see that whatever you want to do in the life, that is going to be useful, and you should not put your thinking, in terms of some sort of in-box model. So I am very sure that the students here, they are quite bright and they are intelligent. Only thing is they need to be exposed, they need to open up their mind, and definitely they will be doing excel. Corporate governance as the mandate here is, definitely it is very important, it's very contemporary, it is the requirement of the day. Yesterday, Virappa Moiliji was here and the Chief Minister, and I understand that they expect Kashmir University to be an active partner with your ICSI, and definitely by meeting Mr. Nasser and Mr. Jain, I am quite positive about it, and I'm sure Kashmir University can play all the role that is required to see that our students get benefited, our state gets benefited, and our country gets benefited. I understand that the company secretary play a critical role in the corporate sector. Practicing companies, secretaries provide plethora of services to the corporate world, being it from the incorporation of new companies, filing of various documents, and then you have lots of very, very specialized work in which you have to be very clear what you want to do, and where it is required, our university will stand with you, we will be an active partner.
Thank you, Dr. Talat, Vice Chancellor Mr. Kashmir, was sharing his views and appreciating the talent of the youth in the Kashmir and need for the upgradation of the skills for making them successful professionals, and assuring the best support of the university to the institute and the initiatives which the institute is taking here in the J&K state. May I now take this honor and privilege to invite Honorable Justice Mr. Dilip Deshmukh, Chairman, Company Law Board, for his valedictory address.
Dr. Talat Ahmed, Vice Chancellor of the Kashmir University, Mr. Nisar Ahmed, President of the ICSI, Mr. Jain, Mr. Parvez Ahmed, Mr. Umesh Vaid, Mr. Rajiv, my dear friends, ladies and gentlemen. See, I rarely speak extempo, particularly when I'm speaking in the public, and there is a reason for that. You see, having been trained for over almost 45 years now, I have been speaking for the last 45 years, and I am very sorry to say that I will not be speaking extempo, because I have this, coupled with the opening up of the economy, brings with it the complexities in the running of an organization. It is here that the role of a company secretary assumes great significance and is of vital importance to an organization or business house, since a company secretary provides sound advice to the management on corporate, legal, secretarial, with the liberalization of the Indian economy and its integration with the world economy, the traditional role of a company secretary has undergone a sea change. A transnational company law practitioner, which used to be, has emerged at the international level. Further, contemporary happenings on the corporate front, like takeover bids, mergers, demergers, amalgamations, acquisitions, restructuring of operations, revival of viable units, diversifications and modernizations, which increasingly need the continuous and complex advice, guidance, and assistance of a qualified professional company secretary. The present-day companies not only endeavor to survive in the competitive corporate world, but also tend to grow within the legal framework of the company laws while striving to expand their business by serving the varying needs and conflicting needs of different interest groups such as shareholders, debtors, creditors, depositors, employees, customers, labor unions, consumer associations, environmental and religious groups, and last but not the least, the general public. The latest trends in e-commerce have also played a vital role in world economic order, requiring greater involvement of the company secretary for advice and regulatory rules. Secretarial audit is now an all-encompassing form of compliance auditing system that is used in carrying out total auditing of corporate governance compliance with all codes and regulatory requirements, especially when all other investigators have done their work. In view of the recent upheavals in the corporate world, there is a greater demand for corporate credibility and transparency by organizations in managing their internal affairs. There is also a need to retain the confidence by the company secretary, who is a highly qualified and competent professional. Secretarial audit assures stakeholders at large that the affairs of the company are being managed in accordance with good corporate governance principles and provides an inbuilt assurance that those charged with the responsibility of compliance with the requirements of law have performed well, and gives the organization the confidence of having done everything required by law. The emerging concept of corporate social responsibility also requires an organization to consider the impact of their operations not only on shareholders, but also on customers, employees, communities, and ecology. Company secretaries thus have a greater role in the new era of socially responsible economic development as well. Indeed, the training which the company secretaries receive sets them apart from other professionals within the company. They have good exposure to a wide spectrum of subjects such as law, accountancy, administration, secretarial practice, and many others. This automatically qualifies them for a vast range of positions within the company from the very early days of their career. In my opinion, the company secretary should therefore come forward to participate in the mainstream functions of a company. The challenges ahead require the company secretaries to adopt innovative practices like giving value-added services to the company and playing a proactive role. With an increasing number of Indian companies taking over foreign companies and vice versa, a wave of mergers, acquisitions, and takeovers has crept in the country. It is therefore imperative that company secretaries seize the opportunity, equip themselves, and present an array of service. During his service, during his career, the company secretary advances from one regime to another. Begin with, the early part of his career can be classified as the compliance regime, in which he is concerned with statutory compliances by the company. The next phase is the advisory regime, in which he becomes an advisor of the board, advisor to the board. Moving ahead in the years to come, he assumes greater responsibility for planning and execution. The question that remains to be seen is, what makes a company secretary successful in the true sense of the word? While I was on my way yesterday from the airport to this hotel, I was talking to Mr. Hussain as to what is the key to the success for a company secretary. He attributed two things, luck and hard work. Then yesterday evening, while I was speaking and discussing this with Mr. Nasar Ahmed, he laid great emphasis on intellect or knowledge as one of the key factors. Today, the esteemed Vice Chancellor also spoke about skill. So, it remains to be seen as to what exactly is the secret of success for a company secretary. So, it is in this regard that I wish to make a presentation before you, which is titled The Secret of Success. I hope you all can see on the screen. You see, if we want to know the secret of success, we will have to express are formed by letters in the alphabet. You know, there are only 26 letters in the alphabet. A to Z. Now we assign a percentage in ascending order to each letter. This entire exercise to find out through this mechanism as to what exactly is the secret of success, whether it is knowledge, whether it is luck, whether it is skill, whether it is honesty, and so many other things. So this is how we assign a percentage to each letter. A is 1 and Z is 26. Now different people have different theories about success, as we saw recently. Different people speak about it in a different manner. The first theory that comes to mind is some people believe, as Hussain did, that a person needs to have luck to attain success. Let us examine how much percentage does the word luck gives us. Luck works out to only 47%. Theory number 2. Some people believe a person needs to be honest to attain success. Let us examine how much percentage does the word honest gives us. Honest works out to 81%. Theory 3. Some people believe a person needs to have in-depth knowledge to attain success. Let us examine how much percentage does the word knowledge gives us. Knowledge gives us 96%. Theory 4. Some people believe that only hard work attains success. There is no shortcut to success. Let us examine how much percentage does the word hard work gives us. And we find that it gives us 98%. Thus none of them satisfy our query and guarantee, as they do not guarantee 100% success. We want something that assures 100% success in whatever we do, whether it is a career-oriented object or life or whatever we do in our life. We want to have something that assures and guarantees to us 100% success. Now there is a magical word which attitude. Attitude. This is a word. Let's see how much percentage does the word attitude gives us. It gives us 100%. So it is your attitude in anything you in life, not only as a company secretary, but anything. If you do anything with a positive attitude, you are most likely to succeed. You are most likely not to succeed. If you do any work in your life, anything in life, you look back in your life in introspection and think, well, I wanted to do this and I felt I could never do it. Was I able to do it or not? So what I guarantee is that if you have a negative attitude, you will never be able to achieve what you want to achieve. But there is a large percentage of possibility that if you have a positive attitude, you would definitely be able to achieve what you want to in your life, in your career, whether it is as a person, as a human being, as a company secretary, or anything else that you are or that you tend to become or you aspire for. So thus having the right attitude assures success. Thus the secret to success lies in the right attitude. What would happen if the company secretaries adopt a righteous attitude? I will add to right the word righteous. If the righteous attitude in everything they do with regard to the company they work for, what happens? The answer lies in this beautiful quotation. If there is righteousness in the heart, there is beauty in the character. If there is beauty in the character, there is harmony at work. Once there is harmony at workplace, there will be order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there will be peace in the world. Now let us examine. What we get from the word company secretary. Since we are thinking in terms of percentages, and let's see how much a word company secretary gives us. It's 201%. Means that if a company secretary works with a righteous attitude, success rate is enhanced to more than 300%. So you are 3 times sure that if you have a righteous attitude in your career, apart from having always such an attitude in your life, you are bound to succeed. At the Institute of Company Secretaries of India, I have the opportunity to work as the chairman of the editorial board of the corporate secretary. And I always felt, in my first meeting itself, I emphasized that, well, so much literature has poured, and what a company secretary is, whether it's a compliance officer, whether it's a conscious keeper of the board, and how he functions, and what are his advantages to the organization. But considering the upheavals, considering the recent developments which ought not to have taken place in the corporate world, and which I experience every day as a company law board's chairman in petitions that come before me, I would really want you to express your opinion by writing letters to us, and the editorial board will definitely look into such letters, and we would want to know. You may send